This is your instructor, Gary Barrett, and in today's session, I want to show you places you can go on the web to find financial information such as income statements and balance sheets for the companies that you're researching. One place on the web that I used to really like is called finance.google.com, but they've dumbed down their website, and I don't think you're going to find anything useful for income statements and balance sheets, but maybe you can go there for other news about the companies that you're researching. The two that I really like, though, one is called finance.yahoo.com, and the other is called NASDAQ.com. Well, let's take a look at Yahoo for a moment. And when I go there, I notice that I can type in a company that I'd like to research. And I'm just going to use Intel, for example. And immediately I can go here to financials, and I can find the income statements and balance sheets. Notice right up at the top here. And when I do, I can either look at annual or quarterly data. Annual is really what I want. And notice they have 3 years of data: revenue, operating expenses, and then they go down here to net income. One of the problems that I find with Yahoo is that sometimes these numbers don't add up or subtract up to get this total balance for net income. They aggregate the information from other websites, and sometimes it's incorrect. So please be aware of that when you're using Yahoo. But it also is a good source for just financial information about your companies. The one I really like is click over here to NASDAQ, NASDAQ.com. NASDAQ stands for National Association of Securities Dealers, automated quotation. It was one of the first places that people could go as traders of stock to deal in stock on a digital method, that is online, instead of trading on a floor such as the New York Stock Exchange. They're really innovative. So I like their website, and we can find a lot of companies here. So let's type in at the top where they're asking your symbol or name of the company, and I'll type in Intel Corporation and click on the name of the company. And I can go on the bar, the information bar on the left here, for a lot of information about the company. But what I want to do is I want to look down here to the income statement. So I'll click on that. And when I do, I can find income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, and it's for 4 years instead of 3 under Yahoo. Let's do a cut and paste of the information. And I want to do a cut and paste to an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to click down here to net income, total net income, and I'm working on a Windows-based computer, so I'm going to right-click and do a copy, and then I've got an open screen here for Excel, and I'm going to go up here to the paste functions, and I'm going to test it out to see which one looks best. This one I've got to do a lot of deleting for the colors, but here we have a really clean one, so we'll do that. And I'm going to open these numbers up by double clicking on the margins of these columns. And I notice that these years I don't really need, although I could keep them for evaluation. How did they do over those years? For a moment, I'm going to delete those. And I'm going to delete these columns here to kind of move those numbers closer to my accounts, my open accounts here. So the first one is revenue. In fact, what I can do is actually give myself a little more room here so that I can type in, let's say, income statement at the top. And so I might do that. And let's put a year 2017, and I'll do a bold on that. So let's bold that. And I can increase the size of that if I wish. I can go to like a 14 font, so it makes it a little bit bolder, and bold my total revenue if I wish. and bold these captions up that I want to bold. Now notice I've got some space in between here, and so I'm going to delete that space. And if I subtract my cost of revenue, cost of goods sold from my total revenue, I will come up with a gross profit. So let's do a format here and do a line so I can indicate my math that I did, a subtraction process, and pull that under. So notice that if I subtract cost of goods from total revenue, I come up with 39,069,000. I might want to have maybe a space in here for operating expenses. Let's bold that so I know that these are the operating expenses for the company. And I will delete some space in here so I can pull those numbers together. And you can see what I'm doing here. The total that I get for operating income is right here, which is actually a subtraction process by subtracting the total of the operating expenses from this number right here, comes up with my operating income. So let's pull that number up. So see what I'm doing here is I'm actually getting all these numbers aggregated together for a total of net income at the bottom. So that's how I would develop my income statement. And again, I can do the same thing for my balance sheet, and I'll have another program for that, and I'll show you session, and I'll show you how I do that. So this would be cut and pasted to your final white paper, and I think that will be helpful for at least getting that data inputted there.